Hello, I'm Rizwana, and my team members Eric and Arij have come together to analyze the HighFlex case. Let's provide you with a little bit of background on the case. So, Edwards Williams is the owner of HighFlex Cycle in Toronto. Over the years, excellent customer service and competitive prices have led to store expansions which cater to a larger customer base. HighFlex carries a full line of top quality bikes from multiple brands with an average sales of about 300 bikes a week. They sell a variety of different brands and models, all with varying prices. Sales associates demonstrate and build each bike to the customer specifications. Each specialized sale requires its own time and effort to demonstrate and create. Now, recently, sales associates have listed that the current compensation structure is unfair because some bikes require a higher time and effort to sell than others. We're here to demonstrate the relationship between the sales commission and the complexity and effort that's required to sell each bike model. Now, this is where the problem lies. All sales associates receive the same compensation regardless of the brand and model, even though some bikes are more complex than others to sell, like we have mentioned before. We will now provide a detailed analysis of the current compensation structure and demonstrate how HighFlex can increase their employee commitment by implementing a fair pay structure. Let's take a look at the raw data that we've been provided with HighFlex Cycle. Now, as you can see on screen, we are provided with the sales data for all bikes that are sold within the year 2014. The names of the bikes and the models are listed along the columns with their sale price and the profit margins. As you can see, the profit margin dollars and the profit margin percents are also listed. Next, HighFlex has also given us metrics such as time required to demonstrate the bike, customer expectations of the customer service level, sales dollars, the number of sizes, quality of product line, and so on and so forth. There's about 11 of them that are ranked in importance. Now, the customer expectation of the service is ranked at a high at 11. While the strategic importance to the store is the lowest. Other important metrics are ranked between a range of 1 to 11. Now, let's focus on the complexity of the sales process for each bike model. Here we have a breakdown of each model and their respective metrics in the sales process. As you can see on screen, we have time required to demonstrate the bike, customer expectations, strategic importance to store, effort required to build the bike for the customer, and the quality of the product line for each model. Each metric is ranked between high, medium, and low. Shortly, we will assign numeric values for these three ranks, with high being 3, medium being 2, and low being 1. This will make it easier for Excel to recognize the values in a numeric form for the analysis. Now let's walk you through the steps on how to assign this numeric value for high, medium, and low. We will be using the if function in Excel to demonstrate how it can be used to replace words with numbers. The Microsoft Excel if function returns one value if the condition is true, or another value if the condition is false. Now let me show you a little example. As you can see in cell 5 of the spreadsheet, we have Rocky Mountain's Edge model, which has a low time required to demonstrate the bike to each customer, as opposed to, say, Giant's Trek bike, which is listed as a high. Let's convert low to a 1. Now, using the if function, enter brackets and the cell reference 5 by clicking on C5, which is time required, and the Rocky Mountain, and that's a low. It's important to note that you must add quotation marks to denote that low is not a numeric value. Otherwise, Excel will not recognize it. Next, enter the value Excel will display if the condition is true. If you remember, we assigned numeric values for high, medium, and low, such as 1, 2, and 3. For now, we are using 1 for low. Next, we will also assign a value if the condition is false. In this scenario, we will assign the value for 0. Here you can see that the Excel replaced low with 1. Now, let's take a look at using the nested if function for multiple conditions like our scenario where we have 3 conditions instead of 1. Using Excel, we have broken down the models according to the effort required to build each bike and the time required to demonstrate the model. Displayed on the screen is a spreadsheet highlighting the levels of effort and the time required to demonstrate the bike. As you can see in the formula bar here, we have provided multiple conditions for the if function, for the nested if function, with high, low, and medium, which references back to our original strategic metrics sheet placed over here. Now, let's go back to analyzing the problem where all sales associates receive the same compensation regardless of the complexity, time, and effort required to sell each of the individual models. We used the formula above to construct the complexity chart, which took into account the following variables: the time required to demonstrate the bike, customer expectations of the service level, and the complexity of building the model. We multiplied each variable by their weighted metric, displayed here by the rank of importance within the sale process. Here's what the outcome looks like. It is evident that certain models require a higher level of time and effort due to their complexity. Now, naturally, we understand why the sales associates are frustrated with the current compensation structure. They are required more dedication on the employee's part in order to make the sale for a higher complexity bike. However, they feel that even though they put the right amount of effort needed for each of the sales for the complex models, they are not being compensated fairly for their efforts. Analysis. We have the following recommendations for high flex cycle to improve their employee morale through a fairer pay structure, which as a result will improve their sales and customer satisfaction. Here is the following that we recommend. We believe that they should offer competitive commissions on different models of bikes based on the complexity of the sale. They should also implement a reward system for monthly performance bonuses based on sales records. Another key to improving employee morale is to assign employees on a balanced mixture of bike models based on complexity, time, and effort required for each sale. This way, each employee is provided a fair chance of performing on both complex and non-complex bikes, allowing for an equal share of the workload. Implementing these changes will provide employees a fair chance of performing, as well as increasing their motivation to sell more bikes.